Love struck. I couldn't keep my eyes on you. It was all love struck. Yup. It's your Duke, Eddie Ed.
Look, it's dialogue today. Okay? It's dialogue, and I have some dialogue for y'all. I got some D for y'all. Welcome back to Holy
Vroom.
Duo. Today is Wild Out Wednesday, and we have somewhat of a shaky topic for us. Find us on audio exclusive platforms. We are everywhere. Go find us, all that. Today's Wild Out Wednesday, so it's the formalities.
Wowie.
Not really about formalities today. So let's get talking about these things, man.
Do your duties.
You already know. You already know, Mister Ed. That this is a heavy topic. Today we're talking about tit for tat, smack her back.
Hey, what you doing? Tit for tat?
Now, now, before we get into all of that, let me explain what that is. The case of um uh how do I not get the YouTube algorithms to trigger this word? Or is
Um,
it a trigger word?
what does it start with? Because I don't think we went over this.
D.
B?
D,
B?
the letter D.
D?
D.
D.
Like D for Dexter.
Yeah, we know you like the D, but for what you're talking about, uh yeah, I guess you could go ahead and shoot, man. It's Wild Out Wednesday.
It's Wild Out Wednesday. Domestic violence. Domestic violence. And it's we're not here to spit out a bunch of facts because frankly speaking, we should all know the facts. We should all know that domestic violence happens between men and women. It may
Right,
look
right.
a little bit different for women, but at the end of the day, violence is violence. And I think in today's world and culture, we're very sensitive to mental abuse, right? Oh, he was mentally abusive. Oh, he was a psychopath. He was a sociopath. We're so quick to identify mental abuse situations, but we're not quick to identify domestic abuse when it comes to verbal violence. A lot of the times, though, it's interesting enough that men don't really talk about how their ladies will hit them, whether playfully, whether not playfully. And this is an example that I heard off a while ago, and then I'll let you add it, man. That it's there's a double standard with this. When a girl is laughing and she like hits you, like stop, like
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
she smacks you. Why is that okay? Right? Because if a guy does it, you might actually hurt or bruise her. You know what I mean? So like if you're gonna do it to me, then let's make sure that I can do it to you. But it's a social thing that I think girls have picked up without necessarily thinking about. Like when I hit him, why do I have to hit him? Why am I hitting him? Is it okay if he hits me too? Like, am I okay with that? But anyway, something I just want to point out before swinging it over to you, man. What do you think about this whole issue? Is it even an issue for you?
um,
I know
you
you've been
know.
abused in the past. That's why you're kind of soft. But go ahead.
Ora leko yen. But look
I
here,
know.
look here, Dukes and the Holy Duo team here. Nah, but I kind of want to break it into sections a little bit. First, let's look at the cause of domestic violence, abuse, whatever you however you want to word this. It first of all, it's a serious thing, and it's not something that we would want or subscribe to. But we understand that
Yeah.
where we are, it happens for many different
Mm-hmm.
reasons, and a lot of times it can result in death. But where I want to attack it first is the cause, like the cause of domestic abuse, violence, so on and so forth. A lot of it, and when we go into the marriage world, the reasons why people get divorced and so on and so forth. I think an attribute to why domestic violence happens.
Okay.
Cheating. For example, could be a
Mm,
cause. You see what I'm saying? And
yeah.
and and people will get upset and result in violence.
Mm-hmm.
Misconduct with money could be a reason. And when you look at the divorce rates, that's involved in there too. That's one of the biggest ones, right? So you got
Misconduct
cheat.
with money.
Yeah, like you know, hiding money, taking money from each other, whatever. You know what I mean? Misconduct,
Hmm.
right?
Okay.
And 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 miscellaneous. Then like now we could say miscellaneous because then it gets specific cases come in, tweaks and tiffers or whatever you want to say. But I think a couple big ones are cheating and then money issues. So
Hmm.
infidelity and then also the money bag. So the money bag, if it fumbles outside here, a lot of domestic violence will appear. What are some of your thoughts on those causes
Yo,
right there?
the thing you just said last, cheating. When I think about infidelity or cheating, um, the reasons are usually different from what I hear.
Mm-hmm.
Usually the men are like, oh, she wasn't, sexually doing the stuff, blah, blah, blah. For the
Mm-hmm.
lady, when they cheat, it's usually to get him back,
Get it back,
for
yeah,
either for him cheating, or it's that she is just done with the relationship.
yeah. And I've
I've
even
never
heard
heard, uh huh,
on that part what she's done with the relationship. I heard like at that point she was probably done a long time ago,
a long time ago.
but it's just happening now.
Yep. Anyway, so we're talking about domestic violence, and I think we always kind of talk about the physical act of the, because how can you call in to the police station and report a verbal abuse by your wife? You
Yeah,
know
that's
how
not gonna
funny that
work.
sounds?
Nah, you
That's not
definitely
gonna work.
we a cotomre pasa.
Yeah,
Like you go what?
yeah,
Nobody.
I
It's
know.
gonna be a joke.
But
Especially
doesn't it exist though?
it exists, but you know what I would say, especially if a guy calls, oh, he's out of luck. But if a lady calls, she might be able to do it, depending on
Oh yeah.
guess what race she is, and depending on how good she is with the theatrics. Because we know when
Mm-hmm.
ladies be shedding tears, they
I
get
know,
things
right?
they get things to move in their favor.
Uh huh. Yeah.
So so it might work for the ladies, but definitely the guys is less likely.
Mm.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Um, I'm sure. I'm sure. Even if the lady called the cops, oh, my husband is verbally abusing me.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, I don't feel safe. They're gonna come to the house and put the dude in handcuffs and put him in the car. Maybe
Right?
not take him to jail, but they're gonna detain him for a little bit
Right.
until they feel the situation is okay. So, man, domestic violence, right? It's we usually hear only women talk about how they've been abused, but I don't think we give recognition for how women abuse men, because
Yeah.
women can't be perfect. That's
Yeah.
impossible. So if most of the reports we're hearing, not even most of the reports, it's almost 50-50 on how many. Actually, I don't know the statistic to that, but I will say the statistic is high enough for women reporting in, no, for men reporting in, um, that it should be recognized. That it
Because we
should be like,
got
huh?
no, finish what you saying. My bad. Finish what you saying.
It's got to be recognized because only one story is being told, only one story is being pushed out there. So much so that women aren't getting in relationships because they're afraid that the man may do something to them.
And we really have a lot of contour stools out here, bro, that get
Yeah,
ran over like that.
yeah, they
And what I,
do.
bro,
They do, man. Yeah.
and bro, like, and a lot of the times those are the type of guys that are just amazed or stunned that they even got a woman, so they don't know how to handle her, and they don't know how to
I
handle.
know. That's
So
the thing.
they just let anything happen because they just are happy to be there.
Yeah. That is a thing, man. They're
Yeah,
like, wow,
bro.
I finally get a girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
so she can talk to me crazy. She can do whatever.
No, no,
It's a
no, no,
thing.
no.
There are. I would say a good amount of guys are kind of soft around their ladies. I think there's been a culture propagating that once a woman is married to a man, she's smarter than him. She's able to get more done around the house. Without the woman, nothing would get done around the house. Everything would be dirty. Laundry would not be done.
Man,
It's
I know some guys that are cleaner than some ladies that I know. I'm like, hey, bro.
And you know what? The culture does have that narrative, but it's not a lie because you see it a lot. Like how many I knew a couple, at least a couple people in college that didn't know how to wash their clothes that had to drive home every weekend,
Bro, I don't
right?
understand this. And we got a smart machine that's doing the whole thing. For all you gotta do is press the button for it to do it. What the heck are we doing out here?
It's just a dial, man. It's just a
What?
dial. Just
It's
turn
almost
it,
like people
turn
don't
it.
know how to use a phone.
Yeah, but yeah, phone is more complicated, right? But they don't know how to use a freaking
Bro, I
anyway.
can't
You
believe,
know,
like, bro, cause I'm not, I know a young fella that didn't know how to wash clothes, and I was stunned. I was like, whoa. So his mom be doing a lot of stuff for him then.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? And
yeah.
it's kind of pathetic a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but I love the
It
brother.
is.
But yeah, that
It
was a
is.
little that was a little surprising.
Yeah. And so they'll go home and like you just said, most of these people are guys. So you get married to a guy like this, and then you figure out you have to do everything on your own. He wasn't watching over his kingdom, what God had given him to take care of, know how to do the responsibilities that he must have before bringing in a wife. He didn't really know how to take care of that. So you come into his space, and now you have to start doing all of these things because he just can't do it. No, 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 no. It should be you're helping him meet his goal of getting it done. You're not just doing it for him like, oh, I'm his wife, I'm just doing it. And I think that would, if that were to, so let me, before I get ahead of myself, when that dynamic is going on in the household, how easy is it for the woman to disrespect the guy? Because if anyone is gonna disrespect anyone quickly, just like that, it's gonna be the lady. Why? Because they have a higher emotional reaction to stuff. They tend to sit on stuff a lot. So if she's doing this, she's doing this, she's doing it, all of a sudden she feels stretched. Oh, you're gonna get that. You're gonna get that attitude, man. And you're gonna get that. I told you to do this. I told you to do that. You're incompetent. You can't do anything. A man. You call yourself a man. And people are like, women don't talk like that. And you'd be surprised. I just watched a YouTube video, I think about a week ago, where the girl basically gave it up. She was like, if you don't want the man, if you want to control the man, kill his dreams. Tell him that he can't do this. Tell him that he can't do that. He can't play sports. He can't hang out with his friends. He needs to do more as a man. He needs to make women do this. Women do this, and there's
See,
no outlet to
and
report it to the cops.
and the thing is like the whole thing about being a man because of money. That's just not it. Like
Yeah.
just making paper don't mean you're a man or being a man. It's way more stuff to the whole thing, man. But
Mm-hmm.
but that's a big weapon that they like to use because society is all about the money bag. You gotta have the bands. You gotta have the girls that like the bands. So
Yeah.
that's what works because that's what people are tuned into.
It's crazy, man. It's actually kind of crazy when you think about it.
Mhm.
Hafiz, the roommates, he made a video recently talking about 99 problems, but this ain't one of them. And he talked about how dudes getting these horrible chicks, and that's not what he experiences in his life. And if anyone knows why, it's obvious. It depends on the person you pick. So then guys are like, well, what if you pick her nice and then she turns that way? There's always that narrative out there. I would like to say that's not the majority of people. That is not the majority of people. You can't use that argument with this kind of. It's like
Yeah.
Okay, then don't date. Then don't date. What?
Y-
Right?
Yeah. I thought that came up to my head is when you brought up the hot piece thing with the type of ladies. A part of me, a piece of me, right, wants to be around, wants the attention from the ladies
Mm-hmm.
that I know would probably want a person like a guy like me, but then don't give them no attention. Kind of like playing their game. I want to see how they
Yeah.
how they would respond. Like a piece of me kind of want to see that experiment. You
You
know,
know what
and give them
happens?
their
They don't
own medicine.
respond well. Yeah, they
Yeah,
don't
they
respond
don't.
well.
They go crazy, 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 crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They go crazy, crazy. Like
Yeah. Throughout their lives, ladies haven't been subject to rejection, man. Rejection started in elementary for me.
yep, it
When
started
did it start for you?
early.
Yeah,
Rejection,
man.
bro. It started toddler, bro. I remember
Actually, you're right.
2, 3
Actually, you're
years
right.
old.
Actually, you're
I
right.
liked the girl. I liked the girl when I was 2, 3, 4 years old, man. I remember them too.
Yeah.
I could name them by name, but we're not gonna do all that.
No, but toddler though. I get what you're saying, but toddler, I feel like even boys kind of reject girls. Like, oh, I don't like her. I like her.
Oh yeah,
You know?
but you're asking when it started though. It
Yeah,
started
but okay. Okay. Let me be more specific. Real life rejection. Like you're grown, and when did it start for you? When
like
were you like, oh shoot?
like you mean grown as in like middle school times or like grown as in like you know
Like you knew what you were doing.
like you knew what you was doing type of age.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that happened in middle school. Middle school at
Yeah.
elementary, like late
Yeah.
like late elementary. Yeah.
Yep. EST elementary, and that's when we've been getting rejected. So we know what it's like. But when a lady gets rejected, they take it personally. They start to feel offended,
Yeah, they start
right?
to
That's the whole thing.
they start to pick out things. Oh, he didn't like my hair. He didn't like my eyebrows. He didn't like my lips.
And you,
I don't got a big enough booty. Whatever they feel like might be the problem. That's what they
and
focus on and all that.
I just thought about this, and guess what? We don't talk about when it comes to ladies being rejected. They
What?
say that their weight is sensitive,
Oh yeah, it's very
right?
sensitive, man.
I
Oh yeah.
perceive that a lady reacts the way they do negatively because when we talk about their weight, they feel rejected. They can't handle a rejection. They can't handle the fact that if a guy says, you're a bit overweight for my liking, they
So
can't
so
be rejected.
yes, so we're
Go
rejecting the
ahead.
fact that we want you to stay in that type of state. We want you to be able to get into the best shape that you can be, right? Is that what you're saying?
We're rejecting what they are right now. Yeah.
Right,
Like if they're
right.
overweight, we're rejecting that. Yeah.
Or
And
if
they
they're out
can't
of
handle
shape,
it.
or if they're out of shape.
That too.
You see what I'm saying?
That too.
Dang, it was something that I wanted to say. But when they do it to us, they
Ah.
expect us to be like a-okay.
What does
Why
that sound
is
like?
that sound like the standard, man.
That's the standard, man.
That's the BS. When we mention it, we are hurting them. But when they mention it to
Right.
us, everything is all
It's
good.
okay.
It's
Yeah, you're
okay.
a man.
Who said anything about that? What
Right.
about what about Big Bishop or Big Charles that really got the boobies going? You gonna offend
Ooh.
him,
Yeah, right? He has
but they
feelings.
but they're not thinking about it. He's a man, so he should be in shape. Okay,
Yeah.
so I should be in shape. Well, you're a
Yeah.
human being. Why aren't you in
Right.
shape? You know what I
Right.
mean? Why aren't you?
Yeah.
Why aren't you?
Because
Doing?
we're equal, right? We're
Because,
equal.
oh my gosh! See, they
We're
don't,
equal.
bro. The equal joint. We can corner a lot of different topics with the equal thing. Like, oh,
Yeah.
because it's just so picky and choosy. You know, it's so picky and
Mm-hmm.
choosy and conditionary. I don't think conditionary is a word, but it's a word right now. Conditionary, bro. Conditional, and they want to fit it where they want to squeeze it into. They want to put the square in the circle.
Yep. Yep.
But
Only where
but
they want to put it. Yep.
only one where they want to put it. So I just find it very annoying how when we mention stuff about maybe physical things, like being healthy, getting in the best
Mm-hmm.
shape that you could be. I don't know why it's such a thing. Like we told them something is, and I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm talking about generally. So
Yeah.
if any ladies hear me, I'm not talking about you that I know, okay? But generally, like when we talk about it, it's like we're not. It's like they don't hear what we're trying to say. It's like they hear them and we're coming at them. But what about longevity? What about
Mm-hmm.
staying in the best shape you can be as long as you can be? You know what I mean? Like what about those
Yeah.
things that are beneficial for future health
Exactly.
and production or productive activity.
There you
Like this is not just
go.
for
Yep.
now. This is
Mm-hmm.
for function later on. Like you don't want to be like I always say, I don't want to be old and stiff and not be able to move. There's some old people that can still run, that can still walk, that's moving like a
Oh
regular,
yeah.
fluent human being. I don't want to be like this,
Yeah.
walking like Grandpa
I
Morty.
know. I
You know what I
know.
mean? With a
Yep.
cane and crap. I don't want
Mm-hmm.
to do that. I want to be
Mm-hmm.
good, be able to move with the grandkids, and all that good stuff. But anyway, we kind of went way off topic over here. But yeah, you got something to say?
No, no. It's actually right on topic because you mentioned this is the standard that women get to kind of pick and choose what they want, but we have to be these guys all the time. And it's actually a narrative out there on mainstream right now that yeah, the man should always be traditional, but the woman she can get her bag and have it too. I actually heard that narrative somewhere. All of these little things that these women believe and men kind of allowed to happen in the relationship with the attitude and not necessarily like talking back like they're children or something, but like the way women sometimes want to argue about things, men have to take a step back and say, "Hey, I'm not about to go to that playground with you. Let's talk about that. Let's have a conversation." And it all ties into domestic violence. Men are held to the standard of never lay your hand on a woman, but women are not held to the standard of do not abuse your man
Oh
verbally
yeah, yeah.
even though even
Ooh.
though women do abuse men to almost the same rate as how much men abuse them physically that still goes on, but no one touches on it. I mean, freaking Johnny Depp, right? Johnny Depp, his did you hear about that story?
No, what happened?
His ex-wife, now his ex-wife, she like cut his finger off or something like that, like with a knife. She
What?
physically assaulted him. He released a
She?
recording.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
she got physically violent. I believe. Don't quote me on this. Find this out for yourself, guys. But from what I understand, she basically cut. She had a knife, man. And he released a recording of it, obviously under the jurisdiction of his lawyers and all of that stuff.
That is
And
wild.
you could hear the animosity in his wife, the demons in his
The
wife, and
the insidiousness inside
and
her.
you know what's funny? You know what's funny about all of this?
What's
It
that?
came out that he was abusing her and he lost his job and she still had a job. Domestic violence exists in the shadows for men. Women understand that your tongue, it wasn't even her tongue, bro. She physically abused, and he can't fight back because guess what? When the cops come, if she has a single bruise on her, she was defending herself.
That's messed up, bro. That's
It's,
the
it's
bro. It's
really
human.
insane.
It's a human being. You
Right.
see, but then,
Completely
but
insane.
bro, what? So his fingers cut off, probably.
I'm pretty
Or
sure they sewed it back on, stitched it back on.
that is crazy, man. But I mean, but if it was him, oh, he's going to jail. He's out of there.
Oh, are you kidding me? They will
Time
drag him through the dirt.
time is up, bro. And then
Pirates of
all kind of crazy stories are gonna come out. Bro.
Pirates of the Caribbean. More like Pirates of the Smacks. Yeah, let me not. It's not 12 yet, so
Pirates
I'm not
of
gonna
the
talk crazy.
Yeah, let's go ahead, bro.
Yeah,
hey,
right.
hey, hey.
You know. The
But
moment I said that phrase, I knew something crazy was coming. Go ahead.
yeah. But I just can't believe that story. Like if it's what you said exactly, like
Yeah.
I mean, there's many examples. Like bro, ladies been taking objects, throwing it at guys, hurting guys. They haven't been put.
Yes.
They have. Why haven't they been put? Well, actually, some situations the lady have been detained, but we got to do better at detaining majority of them
I know.
and stop
Where does
detaining
this?
just like the
Yeah.
black ones or whatever. Because I know they pick and choose, man. I know they pick and
Yeah. Yeah.
choose.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
um,
Shoot.
yeah, in a lot of cases, bro, they let the ladies go
Mm-hmm.
in cases that are like this. But the guys, majority of cases, oh, he's going in. Especially if he have a beard. If he
Oh
has a
Lord.
beard, oh, you going in. The beard
Or
means
tattoos.
or tattoos. The beard and tattoos mean you did it. That's what it means. It means that you're the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, he has a beard. Take him in. You know what I mean? Wrap him up. He has a tattoo on his ankle.
Yo.
Yup, that
Yeah, yeah,
he,
yeah,
he
yeah,
he was
yeah.
the one. He was the one.
And he's like some bystander on the street
Oh my god.
who's the one that called the cops.
Yeah, that could be a Key and Peele skit, bro.
Yeah, for
100%, bro.
sure.
Actually,
Oh
actually,
man.
actually, I just sent you a Snapchat to one of the episodes of a vampire one. He was being a vampire. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
No,
sent you
I
that
don't
one.
think so.
Oh man,
Oh
watch that one.
shoot.
That one is stupid. It's retarded. But yeah, bro. So okay. So what are some other causes that you think are kind of general for domestic violence? Because we didn't even get
Oh
to the
man.
to the other side yet. But yeah,
To the other side of domestic violence.
yeah, like the cause and
Um,
effects. Yeah,
yeah, man. All of this ties into the fact that she begins to feel a sense of superiority over him over certain things. And what tends to happen in domestic violence cases when it comes from the ladies to the men's side is that the men are usually quiet about it. The men don't speak up about it.
yeah, because of embarrassment and humiliation stuff like that.
Right. And he can't do anything about it. That's the whole thing about domestic violence. Is the moment if a woman if your wife is always hitting you, like why would you say that to me? That's not and women do that. Trust me, believe the fact that women do that. There cannot be a statistic for it because women will not come out and say, I domestically abuse my husband. I hit my husband whenever I'm emotional about it. But you hear these wild stories that you think are strange. They're up in the air, but really they're happening. Look, Johnny Depp and his wife, they're celebrities, but at the end of the day, they're human beings. They came into this world just like you. They will die just like you. They have
Yeah,
a brain just like you. They have a childhood just like you.
yeah.
Go ahead, what?
Before we
Mm-hmm.
close, we got a last question. What type of guys do you think um would get to this point of domestic violence? Like, so we talked about the ladies, you know, doing it to the guys. Now we're gonna talk about a little bit what the guys do, or the lady, or the guys doing it to the lady. Well, I'm curious to what your thoughts are. What kind of guy do you think will most likely be domestically violent? What what type of
Those
guy?
guys usually have trauma. Those
Trauma.
guys usually have trauma. Yeah.
Oh, so it's more
That's
like
I think that's a distinct difference between the guys and the ladies. Most generally, women are okay with having a sharp tongue, generally speaking, because oh my attitude, oh when I'm on my time of the month, oh he has to take that. But when it comes to a guy doing it, usually from what I found from the shows I've seen, from documentaries, it's usually some type of trauma. Either his dad abused him, either his stepfather abused him, either he just saw it somewhere and now that's how he does it too. Like it's something that triggers, but I think generally speaking, it's a tendency for women to get that way naturally. For men, I think we have to learn it. We have to learn it from somewhere, right? And obviously, there are not fathers in the home. If I can go there, there are not a lot of fathers in the home nowadays. So where are we learning it from? Where are we
mm,
learning to abuse women from? Where are we learning to hit women? Because we don't learn that naturally. We don't grow up wanting to hit women. It makes no sense. If you take a young boy and you put him next to a young girl, he's going to be protective over her.
Naturally.
That's just how it is.
Yeah,
Naturally,
naturally.
he's gonna be
Yeah.
protected. Right. So
Hmm.
there's something going on that's causing men to do that. But at the end of the day, they still do it. But that's the other thing, though. Women report it when men do it.
Hmm.
Men don't
Yeah,
report it when women do it.
yeah. I agree with those points about the men. You know, like what the men, like what type of men you you know, like how they get there to get to the abusive parts in a relationship. But also, I wanted to add with the ladies one. I think the ladies one naturally, like I don't think majority like firsthand, like naturally, I think they naturally get emotionally heightened. So that's where they do all the
Mm-hmm.
talking. I think the verbal
Yeah.
abuse is more prominent and natural for them than the physical. Now the physical
Mm-hmm.
does have, but I mean like naturally though, the verbal one is very
It's very
prominent to.
natural to them. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, they'll definitely get you there without, like you don't even have to see how far you would go if she would do it at all, because she will do it.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, there's different levels to what gets her there. But yeah, I think that's something that they naturally do.
Yeah.
It's a verbal abuse for
It's a
sure.
very natural tendency. That's
Hmm.
why, dude, bro. That's why I sometimes I'm like, man, if I don't a daughter, like, dang,
Yeah, cause some dads out there, you know, mess around and backhand their daughter a couple times,
I know,
cause
right?
their
Because
mouth,
they're
they think they slick. Now,
ooh,
I don't hear me say I think that's good or right, because I know, because the way I said it, they may, oh yeah, so you think it's good.
not
Stop,
the
ladies.
backhand.
I didn't say that,
Yeah,
bro. I just told you what happens. That's all. Don't
yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
say nothing about, but
But isn't that funny?
yeah, it
Isn't that
is.
funny though? A woman's natural ability to pierce a man, his natural reaction to it is to get that fly out his ear, right? He's
Yeah.
like, "Bow, gone."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, it's like and we didn't even like. I mean, I feel like we just touched the intro,
I
and
know.
yeah, and didn't even like get as deep. But um, yeah, you got anything else for this?
If I do, we'll go over time, man. But yeah,
Yeah.
thank you guys for joining us on this conversation. We can keep it going. If you guys want us to talk more about it, just drop it down in the comments. Make a part two or something like that, and we'll be sure to do that. It's dialogue, folks.
It said yet.
Hey, and we're out of here. Peace.
Yeah.